You're listening to Two Chunks and a Hunk. Movie musings for mostly everyone.
Welcome to Two Chunks and a Hunk. You like that emphasis?
Yeah.
Ooh. Very good. My name is Jordan Wonders. I had to run through the intro again. I forgot how... I can't stop. It's so well oiled. You're and like, okay, this week, I am your chunk.
I'm Doge, and it's the Botox. I can't show emotion for another hunk and a half.
Okay. That was Coolidge. Like a 60, 70% Jennifer Coolidge. That was pretty good.
I'm Carter and love her dress. Chunk her.
Christopher Walken?
I love her dress. Chunk her. What? It's a wedding? It's bad. It's bad. It's
better than my Jennifer Coolidge, to be honest.
No, I don't think it was. I don't think it was. I think your Jennifer Coolidge was better. I think it went down.
Please, put the fish down. Nobody's laughing.
Now that was a good joke.
No.
Doge,
tell us about it.
Are you the hunk?
You guys heard of cryptocurrency? Do we know about crypto?
I have.
Something about it.
It's money.
I don't need a lesson.
It's money, but it isn't real. And I made my first purchase with cryptocurrency this week.
So you had crypto and you bought something with
I had crypto. I used it to purchase.
You bought something with crypto.
With a form of cryptocurrency.
Tell me about what you got.
There were these kind of foam rubber sandals at Kohl's that were $19.99. And they were on sale for $14.99. And I had a 25% off coupon, so I got them down. That gets them down to like $12.99. And then I had this. It's like blockchain protected. It's like
just
this
some
new
free crypto in your
it's
dash in the car.
Sure, it was Kohl's Cash. It's their new kind of like it's all blockchain. It's all anonymous. They don't let anybody know whose Kohl's Cash it is. But I had $5 of Kohl's Cash that I used to get my sandals down to $7.99. So yeah, I think I understand crypto.
I think you can make a pretty strong argument that Kohl's Cash is the most stable cryptocurrency that exists.
I don't know enough about crypto to argue that Kohl's Cash isn't
to
crypto.
The moon.
Yeah.
Kohl's
Man,
Cash
I was really worried that you were about to turn us into a Joe Rogan podcast.
No. Absolutely not. I'm a Kohl's boy. I'm ride or die Kohl's all the way.
That's awesome.
It's the future.
Okay, let's have.
Did you get your sandals?
Let's have this conversation.
They're sandals. They're like foam, like Birkenstocks almost.
Which one do you guys like more, Kohl's Cash or Joe Rogan?
I'm a big fan of Kohl's
It's tricky.
Cash.
I think
it's gonna be Kohl's Cash for me.
I think I wish Spotify had invested billions of dollars into Kohl's Cash.
I'm a big.
What a fun reveal.
I'm pro Kohl's Cash over Joe Rogan every day of the week.
What if we started a different podcast called The Kohl's Cash Experience?
The Kohl's Cash Experience, yeah. And every time we smoked brisket, and talked about what we think DMT might be like. And then let QAnon Sandy Hook deniers come onto our show and spread their platform to innocent listeners.
It seems like something...
That sounds like a good idea.
It seems like something Spotify would be into specifically.
That sounds like a great idea to me.
Spotify is just trying to spread the word about the machine elves that lie beyond the perceptions of our reality.
Look, we've had a lot of fun here today.
I had a lot of fun purchasing sandals with cryptocurrency.
Time to be serious.
Look, you and I, everybody knows somebody affected by this horrible pandemic. Friends don't let friends listen to Joe Rogan.
That's a good point.
It's a big stand.
That's a really good point.
Stop today. You can quit.
You're not you when you're Roganing.
I miss my friend. You're not you when you're on Joe Rogan. No, but look how hard he can kick, dude. You don't know anything. So it's time to talk about...
No, dude, he's not afraid of anything. He hosted the show about it.
It's time to talk about the second movie, the third place winner of our series, Summer of Love 5. You voted, we listened, and watched. So now we will be reviewing.
That's how it goes.
The greatest movie of all time. A Cinderella Story. Got in there at the last minute.
I got a hand
like
on the ball.
Indiana
Ori.
Jones grabbing his hat. Doge grabbed Ori.
That.
Doge, would you please give us a synopsis of this Hilary Duff movie?
This week's IMDb synopsis was written by Kaylin. At 8 years old, the blonde Samantha Montgomery, Hannah Robinson, lost her father to an earthquake, leaving her to live in an attic, while her stepmother Fiona, Jennifer Coolidge, and stepsisters Gabriella, Andrea Avery Ray, and Brianna, Madeline Zima, take over her life. With popular kids Austin Ames, Chad Michael Murray, Shelby Cummings, Julie Gonzalo, and their crew. Then her house family. The only escape she has are the diner staff, her best friend Carter, Dan Bird, and an online buddy, Nomad. They both go to North Valley High and dream of going to Princeton. They have a relationship that goes on through text messages and emails. He finally asks her to the Halloween dance where they meet, and she finds out that Austin Ames, Chad Michael Murray, is Nomad.
Oh my gosh.
Not knowing who his Cinderella is, he goes on one of the toughest quests ever as Samantha's,
so
Hilary
excited.
Duff's friends convince her to tell him. He finds out at a more than humiliating pep rally that Cinderella, so that's a misspelling, Cinderella is Diner Girl.
It's one of my favorite cold cuts.
Cinderella. She finally tells off her steps, and she manages to tell off Austin. At the end, they end up dating, going to Princeton, and she finds her dad's will, stating it leaves everything to Samantha. Happy ever after? Who knows?
Quite a good end. Yeah, definitely happy.
Yeah, it seems like it.
There's no who knows about it.
It's not my super pump, but what deserves all of our super pumps is this soundtrack.
Yeah.
My God.
Yes.
Dude, got me from the Stewart.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh my goodness,
From the
this soundtrack
Stewart.
rules.
A Cinderella Story is the Con Air of Summer of Love.
Let's unpack that. Let's unpack that.
I don't enjoy A Cinderella Story as much as I enjoyed Con Air, so that's not where I'm coming from.
Sure.
But it
I'd
is
be
this thing
concerned if you
that
did.
seems to have some level of awareness of ridiculous. It's a lot, and it's really playing to the people that they know would love this because there's not a cult following of this movie, but it certainly got a lot of votes in this poll of, a random smattering of people that listen to this
It
podcast.
got more votes than Pretty Woman.
Yeah.
So.
It made it, and it's funny. There's like some correlation too that Con Air was the second movie that we did on Saturday afternoon. Con Air starts with a bop of a song right from the start.
Yeah.
True.
It's a little bit frenetic and all over the place. When you think it's over, it's
So maybe
not.
Con Air is this movie's dad?
Ooh.
Could be.
I hate to spoil this, but that's not looking good for Con Air.
Yo, what a start though, huh? I mean, we
Yeah.
jump right in. And one of my favorite parts, I didn't even know how to write notes on it so that I could remember it well, but we have this sweeping castle shot, which most of our $19 million budget went into the first 30 seconds
CGI
of this
snow
movie.
globe.
The CGI snow globe. But it's this epic, like before we get the first song, it's actually like soundtrack. It's like like composition. Yeah. It's like this real big, I was going to say horny. I mean, maybe eventually we'll get there, but like lots of horns.
Sure.
Horns and strings. And we take a break to tell the story. But before we go really loud back into this epic beginning, the last words are widowed father. Mm-hmm. She goes, and her widowed father, and I was just like, that is such a weird tone to just jump right in after something like that. I can't imagine that's a great story on how we got to the widowed part.
We don't
know much about that.
The beginning of this movie all the way through Dad's death and proto Hillary
he's
Duff.
just gone.
Yeah, young Hillary Duff, not Hillary Duff. shedding one single tear at the baseball field is the most I think it's absolutely hilarious. And that sucks.
Yeah.
It's so freaking funny to me.
So here's the thing. I was reflecting a lot on this movie today as we led up to our recording time. And here's the thing.
Finally.
I've been waiting for the thing.
This movie is pretty terrible. And I think that's why it got third place in this vote, because it is so funny. Both at times intentionally.
That's Con Air. Nobody thinks Con Air is...
Con Air's not actually good. Yeah.
It's not cinema. At times it's funny on purpose, and at times it is funny, I believe, in spite of itself, or maybe intentionally in spite of itself. But here's where the thing actually lives. Do you know what, or rather who else is also terrible and works perfectly? Dude, Hilary Duff is awful.
Yeah, she's really bad.
And I'm so glad she's in this movie. You're rooting for her because she's so bad at acting in this movie specifically.
Shout out to Hilary Duff in her current career.
Yeah, she's doing well.
She's played some side characters in some shows and is doing okay.
I'm a fan, and as someone who was formerly head over heels in love with Miss Duff, 2 thumbs up. I'm here for it. I'm glad she's in this movie. I like her a lot. She's just awful.
Yeah, not good.
Do you think that because for me, I look past the awfulness because it's so 2004, and I'm just I remember this when the world was this. Do you think somebody who is who wasn't in coming between 10 and 20 in 2004, do you think somebody older than us or younger than us is...
You mean a college freshman?
Sure, is much less forgiving of this? No, college freshman's still between 10 and 20.
I know, I'm saying this would... But if you weren't born... Oh, you're saying because they were in somewhat of a proximity to...
I was 10 when...
That
I was
time.
10 in 2004.
Yeah.
Right, so
I'm saying a college freshman wasn't born.
A current college freshman. Okay, yeah, sorry, I thought you meant somebody who was a freshman in 2004.
No, right now, college freshman.
Right, somebody who was just not even a part of this scene in any way. Do they look past all the bad stuff? Or do they go, this is just a bad movie?
I think this is the classic type of movie where it is all about how it has been sold to you prior to pressing play.
Yeah.
If you invite somebody over and you go, you got to come watch this. It's a Hilary Duff classic. It's an awful movie, and it is so much fun to watch. Boom. You are in. Yeah. That's all you need to know. But if you go, come watch my favorite modern retelling of the Cinderella story, do poo poo, no thank you.
Yeah.
And so I think this movie succeeds in spite of itself.
Yep. It said it was going to be a modern retelling, and it is, but it's one of the most loosely referencing retellings to me of
what's shocking to me. It's not my super dump because I didn't expect the movie to try hard to resolve this. The characters in this movie are 100% aware of the story of Cinderella. And never once does it occur to Hilary Duff that she is quite literally living the story of Cinderella.
Is this kind of like your ludicrous phenomenon in Fast and Furious? It's his music exists, but he's not ludicrous in the movie.
It's similar. It's similar to in Captain America: The Winter Soldier, when Sam gives Steve a list of things to watch, and one of the things on the list is Star Wars. So what happens when Steve Rogers watches the prequels and says, "Dang, this Mace Windu guy sure does look a lot like my friend Nick Fury if I could see both of his eyes."
Yeah. I remember that now. That's probably what I was trying to pull. I remember when we had that conversation.
Yeah.
But never once. No, he keeps calling her Cinderella, and never once is she Cinderella, huh? That's fun. Oh, wait. Oh, my goodness.
Well, I guess it's sort of if a big beanstalk grew in your yard and I came over and was like, man, you're just like Jack and the Beanstalk, you wouldn't be like, I am. You probably were just already thinking it.
Yeah, but if
Yeah, I'm not going to try. Are we trying to excuse the fact that they don't talk about how?
No, I'm just saying it's a lot. I'm just saying it's weird.
Yeah, it is. Strange.
It definitely is weird.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
It
weird.
is strange.
I want to talk a little bit. Look, we're going to be scattered on this one because it's a Cinderella story.
That's fine. That's how I would ask her to make my hash browns at the diner.
Scattered.
Yep.
Can we just stop down for a moment and talk about the tidal wave that was, and sometimes maybe is, Chad Michael Murray?
Chamichael.
Came and went, didn't he?
I mean,
what's he up to
this
now?
young man.
I don't want to make.
This young man was just heartthrob for everyone, it seems like. No one could have been more important to be a Prince Charming, a modern day Prince Charming for Hilary Duff than Chad Michael Murray.
Yeah.
And I get it.
I get it. You know what I got to do, though? I got to super dump.
Oh,
I'm not
please.
super dumping Chad Michael Murray as much as I am what I'm going to call like Chad Jaw.
It's the bite.
Actors that inflect emotion, that do little punctuations with their jaw muscles.
Taylor Lautner, perhaps.
Yes.
Bothers me to a unique end. It is so lame and feels like one of the most ignorant and arrogant things to me. I don't know what it is.
Is it like if they were like, I really think my character would flex his abs whenever he's mad?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
So did you get bit by the Chamichael bug? Did you get the charm in this? Or was his jaw too much?
I got the charm. Okay. When we had straight on views, I had the charm. But if it's like her point of view looking up at him profile, too much jaw.
Sure.
I'm not sure if I'm even prepared to settle on the word charm for Chad Michael Murray in this movie for me.
It's really not charming, is it?
I think what I would call him is like the only right choice for this.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's less charm and for a Prince Charming opposite Hilary Duff in 2004.
For every role? Are you saying for every role, Chad Michael Murray is the only right choice
in every movie?
Yeah. Well, and it kind of needed to be him, right? He was the 2004 guy.
He's the guy.
He was in a Hallmark movie last year. A Christmas movie last year.
Well, it looks like his career's right back on track.
It's funny that you say right back on track because the whole thing centers around him going to a hometown where he learns about the town's tradition of a North Pole train. And that's not real. 100%. That's their... the movie was originally called The Christmas Train, and you know what they changed?
Was the cover...
You know what they changed it to? They changed the title to Toying with the Holidays.
Solar Express.
Oh. Toying with the Holidays. Just being cruel to the holidays. There's like was the cover of this, our couple is wearing green and red?
I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, there it is. He's got both covered. Is that Chad Michael Murray?
It's Chamichael. Look at him.
Look at him go, dude. Zoom in on that face. Let me see that jaw. He's doing okay. His career that's still a cute guy. Look at him.
He's handsome. I'm also going to super dump right now, and mine is about the love story that we actually have here.
Okay.
I'm going to focus on one particular part that I think... you can't zoom in too hard on this movie or else you'll start to see all the cracks. But there's one thing that I just can't abide, which is...
Unless you're talking about the low-rise jeans, and then somehow you never see any of the cracks.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Where does it start? Did we Photoshop the top of the crack out here?
I have an issue with Chad Michael Murray... His character, whose name I, of course, remember.
Austin
Ames. Because
it
is Austin. Austin is never a jerk to Sam or really anybody. But she gets mad at him and says, "Oh, I know exactly who you are."
Yeah.
Like, I've seen who you are. But even at the diner, he's the one that's like, "How about everybody chill out? Okay, you're being weird." And then he tips her and says,
from the
"Thank
jump,
you."
He breaks up with the mean girl.
Yeah, it's just such a weird premise to be. It's almost like being popular itself is bad, which is very early 2000s. To be like, if you are popular, that is a bad thing. And so it's just so goofy to me that this whole thing circles around, I don't want you to know who I am because I've seen your true colors. And it's like, yeah, you saw him when nobody but you could see him be nice to you and apologize for his weird friends and then tip you money before he left.
Yeah.
Hey, guys like that.
It would offend me that he didn't recognize me.
Sure. Yeah.
When it's so obvious.
It's a pretty good costume, man.
It's so obvious.
It's
but Doge.
Yeah.
What's happening? What's happening?
I'm trying
here?
to not super. I'm trying to not super dumb. I'm trying to hold it.
That's why
we did it all in the front half last week.
All in the front
half last week. Yeah, I'm on super. I'll do it. I'll super dumb.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be a bad boy like that. Can't control me. I can't get over the fact that she wore a wedding dress to a high school costume party. That's pretty nuts. That's like, to me, it should have been like, I don't know. I was expecting Rhonda to like.
I didn't get to go to my prom.
Yeah, 100%. Here's an old, or like, here's a bunch of tulle that this guy has in the window. I'm going to make you a dress like the fairy godmother did.
It should have been made.
She should have made her the dress.
From our marriage.
Yeah.
Here's my sad girl dress. That's awful. Can you imagine being at that costume party and being like, I've worked so hard on my Mario costume. It's going to be amazing. And then Hilary Duff shows up in a wedding dress and wins the costume contest. I would be furious.
It's not a costume contest.
I would be absolutely livid.
It's king and queen of the ball.
Okay.
I think it says a lot about this movie that our super dumps are also stupid. And I think it's because like
the whole thing is so stupid.
Right. This movie hits that sweet spot of like, what do you want me to say?
Yeah.
It's a Cinderella story.
Pick the dumbest dumb thing.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny through the whole movie. And sometimes it's on purpose. And sometimes it's because somebody sucks so bad at what they're doing. There is, I would argue, 2 good actors in this whole movie. And we'll save some of this discussion because I don't want to.
I think there are 3 people that don't suck at their job in this movie.
Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? I agree.
Carter's got 4.
So
we'll fight about that pinky finger that you just showed.
You know what? Depending on who your 4th is, I think I might now agree with you, Carter, because I just remembered a 4th person.
The dad from Smart House.
You know what? Let's not skip this. Let's start talking about it now. I was gonna wait.
Go.
Let's have it. Okay, let's have the 2 that I think we can all agree on up at the top. We've obviously got Regina King.
Yes.
And we have Jennifer Coolidge.
Yes.
Both.
Yeah.
Both putting this movie upon their backs.
Sure.
And carrying every scene they're in.
Regina King, before she was like truly in her kingdom, like legitimate where she is
before
now,
her coronation,
has such blatant gravitas.
Yes, for sure. They even wrote her as a character that draws everyone in.
Yeah.
Doesn't belong.
So let me guess your other
doesn't
2.
make a dress
Doge,
though. Doesn't make a dress or give her a pumpkin car.
Doesn't make a dress.
She doesn't.
Doesn't do
she
that.
Doesn't. Doge, your 3rd person I'm going to guess is Carter, her friend.
Yes, it is.
And then
that's me.
Carter, your 4th person is Shelby the bully.
Nope.
Oh.
No Shelby, no Carter.
Neither.
My super pump is the steps in general.
Oh, very good.
The stepsisters are so funny.
Very
they
good.
really are funny and incredibly evil, and we'll get to that
Well, you know
scene.
what? I'm
Let's
finding
save
out
that
there
for
are
the
6
second half.
people in this movie that I think are very fun. So
The
that's
steps.
exciting.
I think Coolidge and the kids.
Yeah, we'll talk about the
Absolutely.
steps as a group, I think.
Absolutely brought it. I think they were so fun because here we have the actual awareness of a caricature in a movie that doesn't completely know it's a caricature. Like it's like these were the ones that were like, here we know what this is. We're just gonna go in, and those roles kind of have always been a little bit that ability. I guess not necessarily the Wicked Stepmother, because that's had several like actual darker turns. But
Sure.
I think the steps in general were just so fun because their lines and the things that they do and how they pamper themselves is completely ridiculous. When our stepsisters get into the drive-through car wash, it feels shades of Little Rascals. Like it's like it is just a blast. I had so much fun with them. It felt like a Nickelodeon movie.
Yeah. How much does the taller stepsister look like Chloe from The Circle?
100%.
Oh yeah, big
Too
time.
hot to handle.
Babes. Exactly right, babes.
She has a small role in like 1 or 2 episodes of Hacks in the first season. If you haven't watched that, highly recommend Hacks. It's modern day Maisel vibes, but it's fun.
Cool.
It's a little bit not more crude, but when crude was more the thing, you know. But I think it's great. I think you really like it on HBO. Hacks. But yeah, the steps are my favorite thing about this. Everything that happened to them, they were so awful. And then in turn, I don't know how much Sam has learned because she's just as awful back. Like,
yeah.
It doesn't have the, I don't know if it's a decomness, but it doesn't have the like lesson learned vibe, which is so funny to me.
The car wash scene alone is pure gold.
Yeah. Just, you know how slow those things are moving. Just for them to be like,
get up.
Like it's just coming. It's like when Malkovich died a million times.
Yes.
It's like, yeah. It's just
there
so
is something vaguely Malkovichian about the treatment of these two young women. No, I agree. I think the steps are really fantastic. No, let's talk about
fun. Those scenes felt fun for those actresses. Like that felt like a blast in the pool, jumping off the diving board together. All of that stuff felt like a blast.
Neither of you thinks that Shelby the bully was a great little like teen movie bully?
No, dude, he is. He is, but he is so...
She. Shelby.
Shelby? Sorry. Thank God. Yeah, she's fine. She's not. I think, unfortunately for me, but also fortunately for me, Regina George will forever...
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
No one even catches a whiff of the bully.
Well, yeah. And that's a good point,
If we were a more explicit podcast, I'd be more explicit.
Well, that's a good point because like the
perfect blank that Regina George
I didn't
is.
care for the car wash scene because I think like vehicle action was done a lot better in Mad Max Fury Road. So it was like, I totally identify with that.
Point taken. Yeah.
I think that there is...
What a lovely day.
Just something so beautiful about a movie so bad that they don't mind putting in that pep rally scene.
What is happening at that pep
Everyone needs
rally?
to go to jail. Everyone should be expelled. This is, even in 2004 though, is I remember 2004 being like, hey, let's bear down on bullying. Like that's still not a thing. Like it's not as popular, unfortunately, as it is now. It should have been forever, but like this is awful. And we get a glimpse in the background of the principal. We never really know what she is. Just kind of be like, oh, what's that? This doesn't seem quite right. This is the worst school ever. I'm out. I'm leaving the school.
Was some faculty member like, no, hold on. See where it's going.
Hold on.
See where it's going.
I mean,
it might have a good turn.
It's the cheerleaders. We can't take the mic away.
It's
Austin's dad owns the most successful car wash in the tri-state.
What do you want your car to be dirty? We've got to let him finish.
Gotta let him finish. And the whole time, Smart House Dad is just like, what's this about, son?
What's this about?
What's happening?
Dude, he is so wooden.
Oh my goodness gracious.
And
do you know something about this?
Austin, what a jerk you are. You actually are. I actually know what kind of person you are, Austin. You're the kind of person that doesn't get up and try and interrupt that. Dude, it made me so mad. That scene, I was like... My mouth was open. My brow was furrowed. I was just like, what on earth is happening here? I was put out. I'll tell you that right now. Completely put out. With nothing to do with it. It's like, it just felt like it could have kept escalating. Like bring out the guy who's working in the back with the fish and just slit his throat and they all start laughing and he's bleeding out.
It's just your best friend bleeding out, diner girl.
Are all of the people you love dying, diner girl?
They lock the doors and the rains of Castamere begin to play. And everyone's...
Yes.
The Ames family car wash sends its regards.
There is something...
The red pep rally. The red rally.
The red rally.
Wait.
That's it. Oh. That's what it was.
Red rally. That's our old schools thing. Right?
There it goes.
Yeah.
All of us went to that one.
There was a red rally.
There was.
Yep.
Nobody died.
That was the thing. Listeners, at Red Rally one year, we were in charge of a booth with a game, and we did the cup game where you put something under the cup and mix them up. But we thought the whole thing was pretty stupid that we were required to be there, and so we used clear Solo cups so you could just see what was under the cup. And the president of our university came up and was like, I would like to play. And we let him play the cup game. And I did it. And he was like, I don't understand. And we were like, it's funny because it's dumb. And he was like, all right.
All right.
And one of my highlights of college.
Clear cups. I forgot
I
about
thought you were going to
that.
talk about the time that the gymnasium at our school was called the Berg. There was a big pep rally called Battle at the Berg.
No, that was... Oh, that's what it was.
No. We did the clear cups for Red Rally. For Battle at the Berg, which was a specific pep rally, we had a booth that we called Burgle at the Bat. And they made you make up a carnival game, and we had somebody dressed up as Batman, and the people who came to the booth had to try and steal something from Batman. We have lots of school spirit. The administration loved us.
Woo!
The quirk of it all.
The quirk of it all. Hey, it's time for shout announcements is the thing about it, unfortunately. So here we go. It's shout announcements time, and you know what time it is.
You know.
It's shout announcements.
Cereal. We have Summer of Love. Here we are right in the middle. Have you ever been on a vacation and you spend that time on the center day and you're like, wow, just as much still left to happen as has already
That's
happened.
when the anxiety
Here
kicks
I am.
in for me.
And was my first half as good as what the second half could possibly be?
I only have half left.
Am I really going to go home
I only have
that
half
much faster?
We're halfway through because we're halfway through the episode of the second. Now, that halfway through would be the end of this episode. I don't want to get caught up in that and give Doge anxiety. Our next movie is 27 Dresses, the Katherine Heigl joint that'll be coming out on this podcast next week.
I haven't seen the first 26, so I expect to be sort of lost.
That's fine. I was gonna say it's going to be one of the easiest navigations for Jordan, who is just a master of weaving us through the narrative of all the movies and stories that we talk about. But for this one, we'll just go one dress at a time, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And get completely through that. Thank you again to the Chunkies. Thank you again to the Chunkies for that.
Spend 2 minutes on each dress.
27
dresses. That's a full episode.
Next week.
A lot of people think it's the 27th dress that you're going to spend a lot of time on, but you'll be surprised.
The sequel to the 13th Warrior.
You'll be surprised next week. The biggest surprise I think you could possibly have is, do you guys remember Wonder Balls?
Maybe.
The Oasis hit single?
No. Very good. No, they were the chocolate ball that you opened up and they had like either like little sweet tart treats or like a
W-U-N?
Is that what it was? I don't think so.
Wonder?
I think it was Wonder, like W-O-N.
Oh,
Like
you would
your
remember.
name.
I mean, it's a familiar,
It's a Wonders ball
word.
So I think one of the best surprises is when you open up a Wonder Ball and it's exactly what you're hoping for. That's a lot
Chicken
like...
fetus.
That is a lot like...
Carter's been replaced by a fox in a skin suit.
I just have
Don't
like
you guys
on
love
one
when
of
you're
my
surprised as a
shelves.
chicken fetus?
On one of my shelves, I've just lined them all up and I put them in little rows.
Don't you guys?
I have the
don't you
whole
guys
collection.
love
You cannot
waiting?
put Carter on the raft at the same time as the bag of oats and the fox.
How are we going to get him across the river?
Oh, this is good. People skip through this, you know.
That I know.
This is
It's so disappointing.
Yeah, this is our best work. Yeah, guys.
Well, the surprise in both a Wonder Ball and one of the jars on Carter's bookshelf is equivalent to the surprise that you might find when you sign up for our Patreon. Because at either tier, you're going to have some real juicy tidbits. That lower tier, of course, gets you access to bonus episodes, which are a ton of fun. And I would say, if you can believe it, loosier and goosier than even...
Unreal.
Yeah.
Than even
Doge
this moment.
hosted, by the way. If
Yeah,
you ever
Doge
wanted that
hosts
flavor,
it's
there.
The bonus episodes.
It's pretty
And
exclusive.
then,
It's invite only.
It's sort of like its own thing. And the invite is for everybody
There is a door.
who is willing to pay $3. And you get bonus votes in any vote series. So you could have had twice the say in what we're talking about right now.
We did have a difference of one vote between Cinderella Story and a 27 Dresses.
Wow. And then the $5 tier gets you access to our Discord channel where we talk about ongoing Movie news, video games, music, sports now. We talk about TV shows as they unravel. We talk about dumb stuff. We talk about important stuff. It's a lot of fun and one of my favorite.
I get excited every time I get that Discord notification.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, jump in on Patreon.
This is the part of Shout Nonsense where we would normally tell you to tell your friends about us. But I'm gonna put a little spin on it. I'm gonna put a little bit of my classic Doge flavor on it.
Well, my name is Doge, and I'm here to say
tell your friends about us in a major way. I'm gonna want you to tell your friends and your enemies about us, but also play our podcast in a public place out loud. I would actually love it if you did that. And
I just got clammy.
Yeah. That's my dare. Hey, guess what? I bet you won't play our podcast in a public place out loud.
I don't like this.
I bet you won't do it. I bet you're afraid to do it. Play our podcast in a public place out loud. You're waiting at the dentist's office. Why don't you see if you can hook up to their Apple TV? Just see. Just check. No harm in checking.
Play our podcast through your car speakers like I used to play Newfound Glory when I was in high school.
Exactly.
Just blasting at stoplights.
Come on.
If you have to take your car in to get inspected, like get some work done on your car, why don't you take it in and leave our podcast connected to the Bluetooth?
Keep it on.
Just sneak our podcast into other people's lives.
Yeah, I love it.
It's an infiltration.
Yeah, what are you, scared?
Baby.
What are you, scared, baby? Don't be scared, baby.
Don't be scared, baby. Hey, baby, don't be scared. Don't be scared, baby. It's okay.
Baby, don't be scared, baby. It's good, baby.
Hans, Bubby.
To show you how easy it is to file a claim with Geico, we hired a scary movie victim.
Oh no, a tree fell on my car, and there's only one thing to do. Trip over my own feet and pull myself across the lawn while yelling help at a barely audible volume.
Sorry to interrupt, but you filed a claim with Geico, so you've got a designated claims team to help you.
This Geico sounds suspiciously reassuring. Are you sure I don't end up getting surprised with an unexpected twist?
Just that your Geico team will always be there to keep you updated.
No!
What is it?
Oh, nothing. I just didn't see that coming.
Geico. Great service without all the drama.
I think it's important that I super pump.
Yeah.
Do it.
It is one of 2 requirements for our show.
The third secret requirement is that you
but
should
2.
watch the thing we're going to talk about.
It's Jennifer Coolidge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Jennifer Coolidge, and I didn't have to think about it at all. I have quoted so moist like 1,000 times in my life.
When she's fresh off of the Botox or whatever.
I have quoted, you're not very pretty and you're not very bright. I'm glad we had this talk.
You said that to us on our podcast a couple weeks ago.
I did, and neither of you picked up
Hurt
on
my
what I was
feelings
putting down.
quite a lot.
I just think that so we recently, Callie and I did like a little run through like the 2000s raunch comedies, like the American Pies and stuff, just for funsies. And she is so funny.
Yeah.
She was great in like White Lotus. I just think that she is an underrated. You know what she is? She knows, and she fully knows exactly why she's been hired for every project she's in.
Yeah.
This is a woman that I believe holds no illusions about why she's been called up.
Sure.
And I just think she's so funny. So yeah, she's my
she's
super.
kind of the if we're still doing the Con Air comparisons here, she's the Danny Trejo.
She's the Danny Trejo.
The seminal, always playing the same character and it's fine.
Yeah.
Vibe.
Yes. Yeah. I would love also, while we're just on the subject of things that I want to talk about, what about the teacher that definitely wants to boink Chad Michael Murray's friend?
No. Can't be having that. Did not care for that at all.
That is pretty.
That's Lisa Kudrow and Easy A though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Like,
for sure.
Also, yikes there.
But why is that? It's never an easy pill to swallow.
Easy A
it's
at least
jagged
paints
little
it
pill.
as like a very bad decision to make and makes
there
it
you
very
go.
clear that
Repercussions.
Gigandet makes it very clear that he is like a 3rd-year senior who is actually 20 years old or whatever. Not morally in the clear, but at least legally in the clear.
Sure.
And so this one is just presented. It's just a little throwaway gag where the teacher with the Michelle Obama arms, by the way.
Yeah, for real.
Just decides that, you know what, here's a little flirty pass at this young man.
Yeah, that's a yikes.
And I'm gonna look, I think it's important that I make a stand here. I don't like that.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid to say
I'm
it.
okay if that's the official position of Two Chunks and a Hunk Enterprises.
Hey,
We don't
teachers,
like that.
don't flirt with your students.
Yeah. You're not going to catch me flirting with any of my students. I'll tell you that much.
Thank goodness.
That's good.
I won't. You won't catch me.
It's because they're all uggos, too. That's part
Carter, before we start recording, every time we start recording,
You can't do this thing. My
every
God.
time before we start
Take it
recording,
back.
Carter's
I was
like,
just
guys, I was
kidding.
teaching today, and this straight uggo, this complete certified uggo asked me the stupidest question.
Oh,
I hate
No,
them.
they're all beautiful little babies, and he loves them very dearly.
Every time before we start recording, Carter's like, the hottest person I've ever seen is in my class, and they asked me a question.
And it's me.
It's usually to take the heat off of like, I don't want to talk about y'all embezzling at the church anymore.
That's a good point.
You know,
That's a pretty open secret. I'm okay with talking about that.
we're just ruining our careers
Joke's on
today.
you. I work for myself.
Dang.
I haven't had a real
embezzle?
job in months.
It's a job. Any job.
Were you quoting Parks and Rec?
Oh, yeah, I was. Not on purpose.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's up there.
Justin
Ginny Slater?
Dozier's never had a real
Ginny
job
Slate?
in his life.
Oh, never mind.
Can I super pump?
Please.
It's Carter.
Finally.
Not the podcast one, but the movie
Oh.
one. It's the movie one. No, the movie one.
Dude, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
He just reprises
My
this character.
D.O.
in
double
Easy A.
jizzle?
Yeah, I really, really, really enjoyed Carter. I did. So this was the first, my first watch through this as an old, withered adult, ravaged by the passage of time. And I was really expecting Hilary Duff to end up with Carter at the end of this movie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think I would have liked that because I liked Carter more than I liked Chamichael in this movie.
Wow, that means a lot, man.
the quirky DJ is way better for him than Hilary Duff.
Yeah.
Love that. Love that that's how it ended, you know?
Would
Love
have
that.
loved
Not a big Carter fan.
Would have
but I
loved
don't
some
know if it's a
breadcrumbs
bias
in the
or what.
movie
Yeah.
connecting him and the DJ at any point
Well,
ever.
they're both weird, Jordan. That's why they're together at the end.
true.
Carter, why didn't you like Carter? Your namesake. Your name wasn't Carter until this came out, right?
He's just
John.
Yeah. He's just there's been a million of him in other movies like this that are better to me. you know?
Yeah. Fair.
I liked him.
Yeah, that's fair.
I liked Carter.
I didn't like him. Didn't like him very much.
Well, I have good news. You don't have to.
He's not real.
That's great.
He's not Carter.
He's not even an actual Carter.
Carter's not real. He can't hurt you. He's not real. I'd love to, what do we call it? Design a date? Is that what we said?
Yes, sir.
I'd love to design a date for this movie.
Are we done talking about this movie?
No, not necessarily.
There's big things.
Oh, okay. So I'd love to design a
big
date for this movie.
Easy.
I think it would be great if Carter would start us off.
Okay. I think there needs to be costumes. So I think we need to show
Okay.
up.
Now, costumes or just
wherever
a
we go.
busted old wedding dress?
Honestly, that could be really fun just to actually do that.
Dress like you're going
Busted
to a
old wedding
wedding.
dress and Zorro. I don't know how appropriate that is, but that could be fun. But I do think it's not a wedding crashing event, but I would want to crash a pep rally and then high school football game.
That's
I'm
fine.
pretty certain that crashing a pep rally might be a little dicey.
Can you crash a prom?
That's more dicey.
It's probably more dicey, I would assume.
What is the least dicey thing you could crash? Can you crash an AP exam?
I don't think you
could
can
crash,
crash anything in a high school.
a hit Dave Matthews Band
Yeah.
single.
Mm.
Into
be pretty
me?
lucrative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I make a dining suggestion?
Yeah.
I wish you
It's
would.
gonna be diner style breakfast food. I don't even think that's like up for debate.
Norma's in Oak Cliff. We'll do it for you.
You could do
Cindy's anywhere.
Yeah, you could do Cindy's. I'm a big Cindy's head over.
Like a
Got good
Waffle
bagels.
Like a
House even,
McGriddle
if you
probably
wanted.
would do it.
Well,
Nope.
I don't think that's diner food.
Like a taquito.
Dude, I
like
love a
taquito.
McGriddle. Do you know I didn't have a McGriddle until like a
Are you
year
serious?
ago. Isn't that crazy? And this whole time I've just been getting biscuits. Are you
My
what
dog,
have
you
been
could have
doing?
been infusing the syrup this
There's
entire
syrup
time.
in there.
If I go to McDonald's for breakfast, which I don't usually go anywhere for breakfast now that I'm thinking about it, unless it's like a destination, But if I go to McDonald's for breakfast, it's just going to be just a hash brown day for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
Little hash brown stick.
Their hash browns are so good.
Yeah.
they are. I can't just do that.
I
need
That
some meat.
feels
I need some
sinful,
protein.
I definitely could just do the hash browns. Doge, what else are we doing on this day?
Skating, roller skating.
Oh, good.
We're going to. So here's.
Oh, okay,
Here's.
okay, yes.
Can we crash a roller skating rink in our costumes?
Can I revamp?
Yeah.
The Crash.
Yeah.
We got really attached to Crash. If I may revamp, a high school graduation themed roller skating party or date.
Great. And you bring the soundtrack
fun.
to this movie and say,
Bingo.
please play these certified 2004 bangers while we roller skate
Bingo.
That's fun.
in costume.
I like that. That's fun.
And then you cater Cindy's.
Man, this
Cater
sounds like the
Cindy's,
funnest party. I would love to go to this party.
This actually sounds so sick.
I would really enjoy this.
I'm awful at roller skating. I don't know how
I would
much
probably
enjoy it.
blade
I'd have a
instead.
fun
you blade,
time.
Carter?
I don't blade or I don't stand on
Oh,
wheels.
I'm deceptively
I am a
sick
blade
at
fiend.
rollerblading. I have a pair of
Yeah.
rollerblades.
Yeah, I also have a pair of rollerblades hanging down in my
Dude,
garage.
Doge, you live 2 streets down from me. We should rollerblade together.
I'm going to rollerblade to your house
You
after
should
school
totally do
tomorrow.
that.
See if you want to come over and play Zelda.
No way. You first of all, you already know that I always want to come over and play Zelda. Specifically.
That's so fun.
Dang.
The good old days.
I want to go on this date now.
Are you talking rollerblading with me or go to the skate party?
Dude, dealer's choice if
Yeah,
I'm being honest.
That's fair.
As long as I get to rollerblade. As long as I get to blade, dude. That's all I really care
It's
about.
all about blade. When I woke up this
all
morning,
that
did I
really
say to
matters.
myself, I want to blade? Yes, I did say that to myself.
Or I want to talk about a Cinderella.
I say that to myself every day that I wake up.
Carter, you mentioned some heavy weighing moments that you wanted to discuss. Some things that are really sitting on
the cell phone is the shoe.
you. Mhm.
Uh-huh.
It's the glass
Hillary Duff
slipper.
is the Cinderella.
That's phenomenal. That's
The
phenomenal.
house is her house where she lives.
ultimately their love ends a drought.
Yeah, wild.
That's powerful.
That's strange.
We don't talk enough about.
Was this whole movie a runway for her hit song "Let the Rain Fall Down"? Is that all this was? I'm coming clean.
Is that what that song's called? Coming Clean? Clean?
Probably. Let's go back.
Oh, man. I think I had that on a
Back
hit
to
clips.
the beginning. That actually was before this movie, I do
Was
think.
it? Okay,
But
fair enough.
the drop.
She's got 2 songs in
one
this one.
drop. And these kids are just making
Yeah.
out, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're actually doing it. Chad is not afraid to play some tonsil honky. Honky? Tonsil honky.
Chad is
For the whole world to see.
tonsil honky.
And then this got
Tonsil
Chad over here
honky.
playing tonsil honky. Coming out here trying to play tonsil honky with my daughter.
NHL, National Honky League.
National Honky League.
Isn't honky a racial slur for us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can say it to you. So I can
he's
say
playing-
it to you.
Just playing some
I don't
tonsil
think I
honky.
personally am bothered by the phrase.
No.
So, yeah.
Maybe the crypto people might be. I don't know.
Like Mothman,
Um,
Bigfoot, and all those guys.
Loch Ness
Yeah,
Monster.
Yeah,
maybe
they
so,
hate.
by the way.
You know what? They hate me
Maybe so.
nicknames for white people.
They do. Also, as a sports boy, shout out to the Spurts. Sure. Hashtag Spurts channel that's been created on Discord. evidently a lot of people were coming out of the woodworks that were big sports fans. Some of that's debatable. You know, it's a conversation for when the podcast is being recorded. But this is the longest timeout I've ever seen allowed in a
pretty crazy
game.
Like 6 minutes.
It's a 6-minute timeout, and we're just, it's bizarre. And I don't know. I just had an issue with Dad being able to be right there.
I said the same thing.
I guess he was some kind of. I guess Chelsea said he's some kind of sponsor. I don't know if that's lore or if that was.
I mean, he
movie.
owns the most successful car wash on planet Earth. So.
You had to read.
So
that's in the trading card game.
There.
If you play the trading card game, you do like
But
that.
if I'm that coach, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? I know things like that do exist, and it doesn't change the fact that they bother me. But it didn't really belong here. Just put him in the stands. He doesn't need to be on the sideline. But no one cares at this point in our venture here in the movie making process. I will say I always like to crunch them numbers. It was a $19 million movie to make, and it made $70 million. So it more than tripled, which is great. Like, good for them. The people got paid. We got to, the jawline did its thing. It did the work that was supposed to be done. What do you think is the biggest draw to this movie in 2000?
Hilary Duff.
Where am I
Hilary
going?
Duff.
How close is Chad Michael Murray?
Close second.
Pretty.
He's got to be the number 2,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that's
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Outside of the bizarre, wonderful catch of Regina King, everyone else was just kind of like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like someone who doesn't really have a career after this.
The Molinator from Santa Claus 2 is in this movie. He's the coach.
I still have not seen those movies, and that's such a big piece of this podcast. I have not seen the Santa Claus movie.
Have you seen the first one, right?
No.
You haven't seen the Santa Claus.
You haven't seen Tim Allen's The Santa Claus?
Not all the way through.
Are you serious?
Are we revisiting the Santa Claus series for Christmas this year?
No, I don't want to platform Tim.
I don't think he needs our help.
No, we're the thing keeping Tim Allen in obscurity. If we start talking about him, he's going to be famous.
Well, okay. It is time to rate A Cinderella Story. Using the scientific cinema scale, if that's okay. I assume they teach science at this high school. By the way, that frog mascot, not a frog.
Not a frog.
Don't know what it is, but it's not a frog.
Weird that we never see them in class, ever.
Do we not?
Absolutely never in this movie. They walk around in the hallway.
I wish the outside schools were real like they are in movies.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Where the doors are on the outside?
Where it's all like, hey, instead of walking through hallways, we all walk across a courtyard.
Walk across
and eat
the
lunch by
quad in
fountain.
high school.
And,
Yeah.
That was my high
You
school.
had outside high school?
Uh-huh. Yeah, there was a whole section of it that was outside. The newer stuff was inside.
Was it awesome?
We had a section. Not really.
It's high school.
It's different. It wasn't like well manicured.
Carter.
Pretty outside.
Can I ask you again? And you say it's awesome because I need that.
Yeah.
Was it awesome?
Oh,
I
yeah,
figured.
dude.
Dude,
Yeah, it was
I
so
feel
awesome.
like I wanna do that so bad. It's like the Zoe 101 school where it's like, I want to go there.
Yeah.
I want to be at that place.
Everybody's just hugging the wall if it's raining, and you're twice the person because you have a big old backpack on, so everyone's just getting jammed in each other's awesome.
old backpack.
It's great.
The
Love it, dude.
scientific
Big
cinema
old
scale
backpack.
is perfect and as follows. The best thing we could ever say about a movie is own it, don't lend it.
Buy that poster.
The next best thing is buy it. That's followed by rent it and then stream it. After that is forget it. And last, but certainly least, the worst thing we could ever say about a movie.
God hath forsaken us.
I'm not afraid to say that I think I stream A Cinderella Story.
Okay.
It is bad, but it's fun to watch. And usually those aren't the kind of things that I want to forget. Even with everything that it had to offer, where it went wrong, it was wrong enough that it was fun. So I stream this movie.
Fair. I also stream this movie. It is, it's not a quality movie, this one, but I do enjoy nearly every minute of watching it for one reason or another. And so, yeah, I stream it. I did, in fact, stream it and will for sure stream it again. I can confidently say I will watch this again.
This is a barely a stream for me.
Stream.
I don't know that I want to watch it again. I might one day, but it's mostly bad. Some good, mostly not good. But I think that's what makes it good.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Tarzan.
Clayton. Yeah, I think there's some element of like, Callie and I frequently, we go back and like rewatch movies that we know are not good just because they have like a nostalgia to them, which this one has. Sure. And it would not have for you.
Right. It does. It feels like a decom from the early 2000s that I did not watch when it came out.
Definitely.
Right? It feels like when Jess showed me Halloween Town that I didn't watch when it came out and then went, oh, well, I guess that's Halloween Town, and I probably won't ever watch a Halloween Town again.
That was it. Population Doge.
Coming this summer, I guess. I don't know. It felt like the beginning of a
trailer. Yeah, maybe that's the name.
The beginning of a trailer for something?
Yeah, it's the name of my show where I get to say my new catchphrase.
I want to try at the end of a regular episode, Carter, with your permission, I'd like to try maybe scrambling up a what you streaming every once in a while just to keep people in the loop.
Okay.
Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Would you introduce the moment?
Yeah, it's just a matter of looking at what all's out there and just kind of wondering the kind of stuff that your friends are into. Just kind of thinking to yourself,
just what is you? What is you?
I'm Hacks. I've already said that. Yeah. But Hacks, currently in season 2, flew through season 1. There is kind of this wonderful little breath of fresh air when you can binge a show that has about 30-minute episodes.
Yeah.
I think that
just feels light,
great, man. You know, you're just taking those bites and then you realize, I ate that whole thing. But, you know, the pace didn't feel like I was just gorging. But yeah, I'm really impressed with the writing. And obviously Jean Smart is wonderful. You know, speaking of Regina King and her just kind of owning things, Jean Smart kind of comes along with, and they were both wonderful in Watchmen. But yeah, she plays this, has done her 2,500th show in a residency at a hotel in Vegas. And she's kind of this Joan Rivers type that is on the verge of washed up and happens to meet up with this other girl who's at the end of her rope in terms of her career because she had a tweet and Borderline got canceled. So they start working together and it's great. Cool. Good banter, has Maisel vibes. It's not as quick, right? Nobody really writes like they do on Maisel, but it's really, really fun. I enjoy it.
That sounds very interesting. I think next on our list is I think we might start Severance tonight.
Ooh.
And then I think Hacks might be next because you've sold me on this.
Yeah, that sounds really fun.
Interesting.
It's so, you know, and I say give it 2 or 3 episodes. It's only going to take an hour and 10 minutes of your time.
It's easy.
You know?
I've been streaming Peaky Blinders season 6. We finished it. It is so good.
Did it? So it held up.
It did.
Was there a lull? Why do I feel like I wasn't hearing much about it until
there was a big gap?
Maybe I'm just out of that
gap for a little bit.
Yeah. Gotcha. Production gap.
But I would call season 6 overall. I would say for my taste, not the best season of the show because I think that belongs to either 3 or 4. But it is a solid season, and the finale is maybe the best episode of the entire show.
Cool.
Like
fun.
Absolute. At one point, I got the zoomies like a dog. Like something happened, and I, in the blink of an eye, went from sitting next to my wife to standing behind her, hands on head, screaming, "Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, hold on, what?" And it was just
like the Red
spectacular,
Rally.
Much like the Red Rally.
We're watching through Keep Sweet, Pray, and Obey, the documentary series on Netflix about the polygamists in northern Arizona. And every single thing that happens on this documentary is twice as shocking as the thing that happened prior. It is absolutely the wildest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It is heartbreaking and the single most interesting thing I've seen on my TV in a very long time.
Do you feel like you need to mix in some Taskmaster
Absolutely.
flavor?
Yeah. We'll finish the episode and be like,
yeah,
that's a lot. But it's really good.
Quick break.
It's really, really very good.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I need a good documentary.
We have recently just been like, we never talk about how much we both love like true crime stuff. And it actually started because we watched Only Murders in the Building.
Hey, season 2 of that comes out in like a couple weeks.
It does. We watched that and we're like, this reminds me of listening to Serial. Like we both loved Serial. And we're like, why don't we ever watch true crime docs? And so we watched The Way Down on HBO.
What was the other one? It was like Town or something. What was the name?
Oh
of
yeah, S-Town. It was just called S-Town.
I guess it had to be edited. Yeah, sorry.
Did you ever end up watching The Jinx?
No.
That's the best one I've ever seen.
Yeah.
The Jinx and Mommy Dead and Dearest are the two best.
You were telling me about those. You told me about Mommy Dead and Dearest. Yeah.
Whoo. Man, you got to watch The Jinx.
Yeah, you got to watch The Way Down. You got to watch Keep Sweet, Pray, and Obey.
Yeah, definitely. I will, for sure. That is beautiful. Well, my friends.
Eat, pray, love, keep
pray,
sweet,
and obey. Yeah,
pray,
it's
obey.
one more command, so it's like better. Yeah.
Julia Roberts.
Please.
Now, it is time to say goodbye. So long.
Yeah.
Farewell to you, my friend.
My friend.
Do you remember? Oh, man. Out of the box, huh? Wow. What if that's how we ended this episode? None of the normal outros. It is time to say
Just half-heartedly
Goodbye.
reminiscing on Out of the Box.
What? That was a show, huh? Just fade out over it. Remember that
alligator puppet? Wild.
To end today's episode, I'd like for each of us to
No idea what you're
say our names and which classic Brothers Grimm style fairy tale we would remake with Hilary Duff today. For
Dang.
2 chunks. And a hunk. I'm Jordan. And I would do The Little Old Lady Who Lived in a Shoe. I don't think that's Brothers Grimm, actually, but it's like sort of that same, the general vibe. It's more Mother Goose, I guess. But I would cast Hilary Duff as the
Shoe.
end scene. No, Hilary Duff.
Do you mean a cell phone?
Would be
The little old lady who lived in a cell phone.
The little lady who lived in a shoe, and it would be an apartment building in New York City that is shaped like a boot. Everybody in town refers to it as the boot, and it's going to be about her just kind of going about her business and finding love in New York City, and that's what that movie would be about.
I love the payoff there.
No. I'm Doge, and Hilary Duff this fall is starring in a Peacock Premium original production of Rip Van Winkle. She goes into a coma for years, like right after her high school graduation.
You talking about Rumpelstiltskin?
Right after her high school graduation, she goes into a coma. She wakes up and has to fall back in love with her high school crush.
Very good.
I've already said town. I've said it twice. I'm Carter, but I'm going to keep things explicit. There is I looked up some Grimm Brothers titles, and I think we're going to bring back Chad Michael Murray and his Chad Jaw. And it's going to be an HBO Max, which, sometimes can mean earmuffs, eye muffs, earmuffs. Probably going to be R, TVMA. It'll be Hilary Duff in Des Nabben Wonderhorn, which in English means.
Hey, what's it mean?
Des Nabben Wonderhorn means the boy's magic horn. I think that would be interesting, and I think it would be unforgettable.
What was our, I believe, Swedish or Polish friend that was an animated children's show with a man with a long Wiimote?
Dealermond.
Oh, man.
Dealermond 2, Der Schlaben Wiener Horn.
Not Wienerhorn. It wasn't that blatant. It's Des Nabben Wonderhorn.
Oh, that's way better.
Yeah, that's way better. I said Der Schlaben Wiener Horn.
That's way worse.
And I'm just right.
Searching for just the right job? Whether you're looking for full-time, part-time, or seasonal work, you can get started today. Amazon Jobs offers the whole package with great pay and flexible shifts that allow you to choose when and how much you work. Find a warehouse close to home and discover the role that works for you. To get your application started for an hourly job, go to amazon.com/apply. That's amazon.com/apply. Amazon is proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
This Pride, everyone's gonna come through for LGBTQ plus youth. And you can too.
Come through!
Create a YouTube short showing how you're stepping out for Pride using the hashtag YouTubePrideChallenge.
Come through!
And show support for the Trevor Project. Come through for Pride and LGBTQ plus youth on YouTube Shorts. Visit youtube.com/pride.
Come through!